Oh gosh, starting with the hard ones.
Okay.
It's been a while, so memory is maybe a little fainter, but
When I first played Vanilla WoW, I had a very, very cruddy computer that just barely met the minimum specs.
My first character that I actually got to max level was actually called Spider-Man. Hopefully that doesn't get flagged anywhere or anything. With 2 R's, of course. Had to have 2 R's because I guess 1 R was taken.
And I started playing World of Warcraft back in 5th grade, and I didn't have the slightest idea what I was doing.
So I had to share my account with my little brother. Don't tell Blizzard.
It wasn't the first MMO I played, but it was the first one that I really just wanted to play all the time.
I came from EverQuest, and into EverQuest 2, and into World of Warcraft, and
On my very first day of playing World of Warcraft, I started as an orc hunter.
Human holy paladin.
Troll rogue.
Human female mage.
Undead priest.
Human warlock.
Tauren warrior.
Night Elf Druid.
Shaman. No surprise there.
But if you're a bit silly like myself and you start just jumping off the edges of these cliffs, you'll actually end up outside of the Valley of Trials and find yourself swimming towards Ratchet. So basically, I found myself wandering around Ratchet at level 2 on my very first character and having no idea how to get back to the starting area.
My brother played his first character he made was a Tauren, and he told me that I should just run straight to Mulgore as a troll. So when I first made my level 1 troll hunter, I didn't even try to level in the starting zone. I just ran straight to Mulgore. I didn't even know how to get there.
We bought full white gear, full top to bottom white gear, and we thought we looked awesome because we had a full set going. Didn't have the shoulders yet because we still weren't at that level, but we just had the full entire setup. And we just thought we were just the coolest things ever.
Then I can remember a group of about 3 characters, a hunter, a warrior, and I think it was an undead mage, run by, and I just looked at their gear and said, wow, those guys are amazing. And I think they're like level 20 or something at the time, but to me that looked like the most awesome thing ever, and I couldn't wait to be a level 20 in World of Warcraft.
And I think someone had asked me when the group was formed if I had a shield, and I said, I think I have one in my bag, sure. And I get there and they're asking me to tank, and I don't know what they're talking about. I didn't know what the word tank meant at that time.
My favorite World of Warcraft memory from vanilla is probably oh, that's a tough one.
Sorry, this is a hard one to kind of quantify.
Mom was in Stranglethorn getting ganked, so I rallied the troops, my entire raiding guild, those people in the raid and not in the raid, all went to Stranglethorn, built a perimeter around Mom, and just didn't let anyone exist that was on Alliance for a fairly considerable amount of time so that she could get her ST quest done. Yeah, ST quest, yeah.
Probably being there when we planted the first Onyxia head on our server. That was quite epic.
I remember when most of the raid was about to start going. I was like 10 years old at the time. I'd never raided before. I just hit level 60. My guilder was like, yeah, you can come along. We got plenty of room.
They designed the raid encounters around 40 people, and I think it's amazing to have a large group. There's just something that's super epic about almost an army of players.
It is so much fun to just be with 40 people, just kind of hanging out, and just the kind of exhilaration every time you kill a boss.
It's almost like herding cats, in a way.
And I'm like, oh, we have to kill these mobs. And literally after everyone finished buffing up, I literally just run in and pull the golems and just wipe the raid. And everyone just started cracking up, giving me so much crap. But they were okay about it because they knew how young I was. And
killed Rag, got a binding, got an eye, all in the same run. And it was a run where one of our shamans was playing from the hospital through a collapsed lung. And it was amazing.
Vanilla World of Warcraft appeals to me mainly for the community.
The community.
Sense of community?
Community.
A community that wants to be together to play this amazing game together. And
I feel like the community in the game was much stronger in classic World of Warcraft, and that's what MMOs, RPGs are all about, right? If nothing else, for the community, right?
And just the way that it really pulls people together into kind of a social MMO dynamic that I don't really think exists anymore.
Vanilla WoW especially kind of forces you
to play with others, and if you don't, you're actually you're actually rewarded to play with other when playing with other players.
If someone does something good to you, you're going to remember that guy. You're going to remember, oh yeah, he was a great tank. That was a good healer. Oh, that's the guy that helped me on that quest. Or if you come across an asshole, you're going to remember, hey, that's that guy that ninja looted me at level 30 running that raid guild. I'm probably not going to join that raid guild. And I'm also going to let everyone know.
You never know what's going to happen. You could meet somebody in a Wailing Caverns group and end up playing with them for 10 years and have no idea.
The biggest thing that comes to me is the gameplay.
It's just so much more enticing when you're doing things in vanilla and you're taking so much more time to get things done, and everything means so much more.
And while it's a little old school in terms of how you get around to get stuff done, that's actually part of the fun.
The game itself was much more simplistic, but at the same time was more hardcore.
When you played this game, you got something out of it from the time that you invested into it.
The more you play, the better you get, and the more you're rewarded by your skill.
It has classical fantasy mainstays, classical RPG elements.
This is the perfect immersive game. I love it.
There's story to it. There's great dungeons.
And you felt like the entire group's lives were in your hands. There's so much writing on it.
My favorite dungeon in Classic is...
Oh, that's tough.
I don't really have one, Josh. If I had to name the top 3, I know Maldron's going to hate me because he's probably going to say the same ones. Okay, SFK.
Ubers, without a doubt.
BRD.
X40 is my favorite.
And SM.
I think the obvious answer is Dead Mine.
MC. I just cannot wait.
Oh, I'm dying to get a really early epic weapon drop in MC and then just go smash people.
I love PvP in vanilla because there is so much under the hood.
I would definitely kick your ass.
With what class?
Shadow Priest, all the way.
Come on.
I mean, dude, we've been down this road before. I mean, you cannot beat me.
The PvP it's balanced, but not in the way that most people say balanced nowadays. It's balanced because it is unbalanced. The fact that everyone is so unique, I think, is what balances the PvP.
I have 15% reduced damage from Shadow Form. I have my bubble. You can purge
I
that.
can purge it.
What do you not if you don't have any mana? If I feared you and
Whenever you'd go to fight somebody, you had to know what class they were in order to retaliate in a special way.
you drop your Tremor Totem, I'm going to wand it. I'm going to fear you. I'm going to mana burn you. You're going to come back. You're going to be like, oh, what do I do? And I'm just going to burn you down.
I love the game. I've always loved the game.
There's actually a whole lot of people that are interested in this.
It was kind of like a dream, a dream that we would one day be able to play on a Blizzard, server again, playing Classic WoW.
My motto and my friend's motto was, I want to play Classic. Every single time we're like, oh, we're bored, what do we do? It was, I want to play Classic, and that was even before Classic was announced.
You just heard the whole time from Blizzard that, they weren't going to do it. It wasn't in their plans. People didn't think that we'd ever get to go back, right?
I was sitting there being like, I think it's coming. I think there's a good chance that they're doing this.
I was driving, I think.
I was driving.
You were driving, okay? And you found out first, and he called me, and I'm like, you're kidding. You're joking.
I was in disbelief. He had to actually show me the Chromie video of her announcing Classic WoW for me to even believe it.
Like, I didn't believe him. I thought he mistakenly, maybe it was like some kind of joke or something like that.
Especially with the same individual saying that Classic was going to be a thing, being the same guy that said earlier that not only is it not going to be a thing, but we don't really want it, even though we think we do.
I literally sat there watching the trailer and was like, no, there's no way. And a few minutes later, I started screaming and jumping around in joy.
I screamed like a little schoolgirl.
I probably would have put Joe to shame with the noise I made once Classic World of Warcraft was announced. Luckily, I wasn't streaming or recording or anything, so that's a secret between me and my dog. But
as soon as the announcement came, I got nerd chills, and I actually cried a tear of just excitement and happiness.
I now believe in miracles.
Yeah.
When they announced it, I was like, no, not a big deal. And then a couple of months ago, it hit me like a freight train. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
This is what we want.
Probably the most excited I've been about any video game related anything ever.
It's a chance to kind of give it another shot.
how many times can you say, I wish I went back and did something different, right?
I'm very, very excited.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm just really excited.
I am very excited for Classic release, and I've been waiting for so long.
Oh my god, it's so close. It's so close. It's so close.
I can't wait. I'm counting down the days.
I am literally counting down the days. I'm counting down the hours.
But you're totally playing Classic with us, right? Right? And we gotta play Horde. We gotta play Horde. Remember that. And we need a tank. We need a healer. We need more. We need more.
That's really easy. For the Horde.
For the Alliance.
Horde, of course.
For the Alliance.
Definitely for the Horde.
Definitely for the Alliance.
For the Horde.
For the Alliance.
For the Horde, all the way.
For the Alliance, man.
For the Horde.
For the Alliance.
For the Horde.